Tonight, questions are being raised about a group of Kenyans and foreign nationals arrested for hacking into banking institutions where millions of shillings are said to have been stolen. The suspects, now in police custody, have been linked to the hacking of IEBC computer systems. But are the hacking claims taking a political angle? Dennis Onserigo reports.
I worked in the police for 8 years, and I've never owned a firearm.
People who have been accused of being capable of doing the hacking are actually associated by some of the political leaders.
Surviving on rumor is not going to save you.
How people can steal data using the ICT infrastructure and how dangerous that can be.
Exclusive video footage of the men behind what police claim is an intricate hacking cartel that has raided the banking sector nearly crippled the Kenya Revenue Authority systems. The syndicate, starring both local and international cartels, laid bare by police detectives. Police claim the leader of the cyber heist gang is Calvin Otieno Ogalo, a 35-year-old former police officer whose name has prominently featured in court papers, where he is linked to several hacking incidents spanning years. In his house, police say they recovered several computers, a white substance suspected to be narcotics, and an AK-47 rifle. It is not clear what a former police officer once licensed to carry a gun was doing with an assault rifle. Our cameras also revealed another side of one of the KRA employees' house who was also arrested. Cannabis sativa, or bang, grown in pots in his house. Ogalo says he had nothing to do with an AK-47 rifle. The gun, he claims, must have been planted there.
But I'm not entitled to carry a firearm. I know the procedure of getting a firearm license, and I've never owned a firearm.
Last year, the banking industry lost 130 million shillings to hackers in a frightening cyber attack in the country in the recent past. But with the arrest of Calvin and his accomplices, KTN's Crime and Investigations Desk has established the hacking racket cannot operate without the blessing of banking institutions or government agencies that have fallen victim to cyber attack.
We have what we call the social engineering hacking. Of course, in the social engineering is where hacking has gone to a level of what I can call an enterprise, where we have people who are sent out there to make friends with people who hold data. And of course, that data is leaked to unauthorized people.
We don't have anything associated between us and the banks to be able to give them early warning on any impending attack. So only those institutions that we are collaborating with, we are able to do that. But we are moving forward in a collaborative framework, and I think once the cybercrime bill is published, we will be in a better position now.
Is it possible that institutions such as the KRA could have overlooked some of its aspects of security alertness? An employee arrested alongside Ogalo opened a new chapter of investigations into a scam that appears to have caught many government agencies unawares. Edward Kiprop Langat, an employee of the Kenya Revenue Authority, is said to have been the link between the hackers and the systems at the KRA. Also arrested from KRA offices was Ken Riaga, whom police claim had sneaked in a laptop seen in this photo into KRA offices in the city, where malware a software meant to break down passwords and gain access to computer systems of KRA, had been installed. It is not clear how long the laptop had remained domiciled here and what kind of damage the installation had occasioned on the computer systems of the tax collector. Ironically, Kiprop Langat had gotten a pat on the back from his senior for a job well done. In an appraisal by the Human Resource Department, Kiprop's bosses were delighted by his exemplary job skills. The letter is dated the 23rd of February this year. An expert in information technology told KTN's investigations desk it is impossible to pull off a hacking scheme without the help of insiders.
There is what we call their local area network, and within their local area network, there is what we call the core banking system within the banking institution, within the financial institution. Now, of course, they must get the authorization, because for you to get into the banking, the core banking system, you must get some authorization. And when we talk of authorizations, these are issues of passwords, and there are different levels. Now, what will these hackers do? There are two ways of going about it. Either to look for an insider who is going to give them, of course, the privileges or the passwords in this scenario.
In an intricate display of ingenuity, the hackers will first have their footprint in the bank before transferring huge amounts of money to newly created fraudulent accounts.
Is that somebody will come with a company. And of course, now this is a fictitious company. They'll go either to the market and of course advertise for jobs and make the young people who are coming from the university who are desperate to open bank accounts. That will be the condition for the interview. So after they have opened these bank accounts, they'll be persuaded to leave behind their ID, and of course the account must have what you call the ATMs. So they leave them behind, having accounts being opened in one of the financial institutions. Now remember, in their minds, they have already targeted a particular bank, and that bank is where these accounts are going to do what? To be opened. Now, once the accounts have been opened, the following stage will be to find how to get into the core banking system.
In the past 1 year alone, banks and other financial institutions in the country have lost more than 10 billion shillings to a ring of hackers with local and international connections.
There is an aspect of leaving printers on. And remember, printer is also a computer. And in most financial institutions, this printer is not allocated to anybody. And normally, it's left the whole night running. And that's what most hackers use to jump into the system. Yeah. So that is how it can be easy to get into a financial institution.
But the latest arrests have raised eyebrows among security and political pundits after details emerged of the cyber gang trying to gain access into the computer systems of the Independent Election Boundaries Commission. Police claim those arrested had tried to hack into the IEBC servers last year 3 times, a claim the commission has since dismissed. But KTN News Investigations Desk has established that indeed some of those arrested had manipulated the servers of the commission in the 2013 general elections, where they hacked into the tallying system of the IEBC. The outcome was the collapse of the electronic transmission of results, forcing the commission to revert to manual tallying of votes.
There's something called database. These databases, they had different schemas. They raise a schema and different tables. Within a schema, you find different tables. Now, there was a table for TNA. There was a table for CanCall, and there was a table for IEBC. The table for IEBC and the table for TNA were very identical, and these are the tables that were transmitting the results. They were mirrored together.
No, there was no server that we shared. Yeah, there was no server that we shared at all.
Done by who? Done as a picture, not done as an analysis. It was done as pictures on blogs. People came up with server logs and put them on blogs as pictures. I can make a Photoshop picture and show server logs going together to this.
One of those arrested admitted at the time that indeed he had been approached by a political party to hack into the IEBC systems. It is not clear if the suspected hacker actually agreed to work for the political party or not. Indeed, political pundits are questioning the reasoning behind the claims by the leader of majority in parliament, Eden Duale, who now says that those arrested are planning to hack into the IEBC systems in the upcoming August general elections. Duale also claims some of those arrested have close connections with opposition leaders, and he now wants them probed.
We feel vindicated as a party when we insisted that there should be a backup. But we also feel very suspicious why some parties were so concerned and were very, very aggressive in insisting that we must not have a manual backup. And we're even more concerned when some of the people who have been accused of being capable of doing the hacking are actually associated by some of the political leaders coming from those formations.
Surviving on rumor is not going to save you. Duale, you, together with Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto, you got the machinery, if you want, to determine who is responsible for any hacking that is going on.
What Duale is not saying is why those who hacked the system during the 2013 general elections have not been arrested and charged in court 4 years later. This, despite an expose 50+1 by KTN's investigations team.
Even if there was internal interference, you would not expect a person from outside sitting there doing all those manipulations.
The Independent and Electoral Boundaries Commission top brass told KTN News their systems are secure, but they are closely monitoring the ongoing police investigations.
It's your company.
The arrest of Calvin Ogalo is not new either. The man has been in and out of the courts for the last couple of months in connection to hacking incidents that have resulted in the loss of millions of shillings. Then there are questions about other actors involved in the scam and if indeed money was actually lost in the latest round of arrests. Police are yet to arrest any new suspects in connection with the scam, despite the courts granting them 21 days to present in court a watertight case.
Specific law about cybercrime. We have the Kenya Information and Communication Act, which talks about unlawful intrusion, and it talks about the ICT infrastructure. But of late, what I've seen again is that some of those sections were repealed. And that makes, again, it motivates the cyber criminals. Yeah. So again, our lawyers, those people who make laws, they need, of course, to understand how the ICT infrastructure works, how people can steal data using the ICT infrastructure, and how dangerous that can be.
So complex is the hacking network that one of the suspects now in police custody operated 2 virtual banks in Kenya and in a neighboring country, complete with a workforce that was paid and banks that transacted in huge amounts of money. If indeed police have the men they wanted, getting to the bottom of the hacking scandal that has rocked the country is likely to bear fruit. For now, the hacking ring appears to have been broken, but the suspicion and heavy political undertones could as well undermine or at least delay what initially was a successful police raid and a much-needed breakthrough in the war on cybercrime. Denson Sarigo, KTN News.